is I believe with all my heart that God is the God of order and creativity.
Yeah. Amen.
And all of you guys have experienced this about what you focus on is what grows, or what you choose to tell your brain to see expands. Let me give you an example. How many of you have ever said, oh, I'm going to buy a new car? And then you go, okay, it may not be brand new, but it's new to you. And then you decide the kind of car, and maybe even the color, and then all of a sudden you start seeing them everywhere on the road. Have you ever noticed that? Or all of a sudden somebody that you love in your life gets pregnant. And all of a sudden you see baby stuff everywhere. You see babies and baby stuff and other pregnant people, and there's no more of that car on the road the minute or the day before than there was, and there's no, the pregnant people and the babies were already there. But you're noticing them now because you've chosen what to focus on, and you've chosen what's important to you. And so what I want to do is set you up for success through change, because when you first navigate change, that mini trauma to the brain, it feels really uncomfortable. Have you ever been in that place? My husband, Michael, where is he? Oh, he's so handsome. Look at him there. He always says, if you don't believe change is challenging, all of you probably have routines where you wash your hair and then your body, right? Or maybe you wash your body and then your hair. Somewhere in between there, somebody shaved something, right? Change that up tomorrow. Do something out of order, and all of a sudden you'll be like, oh, and you'll get out of the shower and there'll be soap still on your body, or you would have missed one armpit or something, right? Because we like routine. And you start to change it up and you feel discombobulated because you're training your brain on this newness. And I really want to give you guys that leg up so you don't feel as much of that, or if you do, you go, cool, we're in adventure. We're not going to be stuck in a fixed mindset. We're growing. This uncomfortableness is what's creating strength. Without strain, there is no strength. My nephew is over here, Alec. Where is he? I just saw him a second ago. So there's my nephew, Michael's sister, Barbara's son. So we have 3 generations now of the Lee family that at this conference have committed to doing the business. Yes. I know, it's super cool. And what's so cool is, I know, like I just hugged Alec and I'm like, oh my, there's so many muscles here, right? Well, if Alec was walking around just picking up a feather, would he get any muscle? It's the resistance, it's the strain that brings the strength. So embrace that strain. When it feels hard, say, awesome. This is where I'm going to grow. But what are you going to grow into is the question. Because if you don't give your mind something to focus on, that reticulator activating system is going to see everything and you go crazy. So you have to give it the vision of what to focus on. So I want to just take you through this quick exercise so that you can decide right now. For you, when I first started this, I could not dream at all. I wanted to make $300 to $500 a month to stay home with my kids. That was as big as I could dream. And then it happened. And I went, well, what if? What if I could double that and make $1,000 a month? I mean, really, you guys, if all of a sudden I said, hey, guess what? We're going to start depositing $1,000 in your bank account every month, month after month after month for 25 years. How many of you would be happy about that? I mean, come on. How many of you would be happy about that? Let's talk, you talk about millionaires. There's lots of millionaires here in the room because of this product and business. But there's a whole lot of people making $500 to $1,000, and that changes your quality of life. And then that gives possibility that what if that doubled, and now it was $2,000 a month? I mean, that's options, people. So here's my question, and you guys have heard this before. If time and money and you were not an issue, and what I mean by that, you have all the time in the world, doesn't matter if you're 70 or you're 7, it doesn't matter if you work a full-time or more job, or if you have all the time in the world during the day. Time is not a factor in any way. And I used to just say time and money, and then I would say, and people would go, yeah, but I, and talk about all the things that were wrong with them. And so now I say, if time and money and you were not an issue, get rid of whatever you think your limitations are. And then you say, what would I do? What person, cause, or people group would you pour into? Who would you bless? What would you do? What would you see, feel, experience? I want you to take like 10 seconds and release. Everybody breathe in through your nose and out through your mouth. Do it again. Now a third time. Now 10 seconds. Let the pictures play. There are no limitations. What would you do? When was the last time you took just 10 seconds to ask yourself that question? And some of you, it was blank. I've done this enough. Maybe you want to cry or you feel lost. You just have to practice that process. You're telling your brain what to focus on. But others of you just need inspiration if that happened for you, from those of you that a picture did come to mind. So yell out something. What came to your guys' mind? You get inspiration. What's that? Travel where? Where would be a mini adventure in your mind? Where would be the first place you would go?
I went to the Caribbean. I went hiking in the mountains.
Okay, Caribbean and hiking in the mountains. I'm going to make a point. What's your name? Anna. Did you notice she first said travel? Okay, the brain is inspired by concepts. Travel, love, generosity, I would give, right? That's inspiring. Our heart goes, ooh. And then the brain goes, because the brain goes, I don't know where to go with that. So you need not just the concept, which raises your heart, that's beautiful, but the concrete. And did you hear what did I ask her? Where would it? So this is the way, you guys, this is me training your reticular activating system what to focus on. Here's the question to take concept to concrete. What does it look like, sound like, feel like? What does it look like, sound like, feel like? And if you're a foodie, what does it taste like? Right? And don't get nasty on me, any of you in there. So, but you really want to think about what does it look like, sound like, feel like? Because you need the concept to feel good. Travel. I would give money. But you have to have the concrete for your brain to see it and create it. Does that make sense? So what I want you to do when you get home, or later tonight, every day if you will commit to me that you will take 30 seconds to 2 minutes. That's all I'm asking for. Maybe some of you it's 10 seconds, but for the next 62 days, go home and mark it down on your calendar. If for 62 days you will sit down and go, if time or money and I wasn't an issue, what would I do? What difference would I make? And create more and more vision of what it looks like, sounds like, feels like. Don't expect that it's going to pop up tomorrow. Maybe it will. I have an amazing woman in my team who's African American. And she was so frustrated about the lack of representation in marketing materials, not just in our company, but in lots of companies. And I'm a believer in if you are complaining about something, then do something about it, right? And so I said, so what are we going to do about that? I said, you can either recruit the heck out of people that look like you, sound like you, feel like you, right? Or what? What else can we do? And so she decided to just think on it, pray about it, consider it. You guys, it's so super cool. At this conference, she was walking by, and a film crew runs over and gets her and says, will you come over here? We need you on video. You know, she didn't do anything But take something that was a challenge, visualize that that could happen, and that opportunity came to her. I can't explain it except for as a man thinketh, so is he. It's a powerful part. We have that much power. So 62 days, there's a reason for that. The 21 days forms a habit, but 62 days changes your brain. So 62 days, envisioning what you want, add more and more concepts, but make them concrete. What is it? What? What was the question? What does it look like, sound like, feel like, and taste like, if you're a foodie? That's right. So you want to do that because here's the thing. There's a part of your brain that has a thing called confirmation bias, which means whatever you believe, you're going to find the evidence of it. Period. If you believe the world is awful and coming to the end, your brain's going to reticular activating system is going to find that to prove it, prove it, prove it, prove it. If you believe that there is opportunity and growth and beauty and joy in this world, your reticular activating system is going to find it over and over and over again. Because it's out there. Why not have it be yours?
Yes.
Thank you guys.
Yes.